A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is Sven, and welcome to a new episode of Coaster Kings Radio. And today I'm joined by the lovely Emma.
Hello, Sven.
And the lovely James.
Hi, Sven. Hi, Emma.
Hello.
And so, what would we be talking about? Of course, it's the UK parks and what's new for 2020. Are you guys excited about 2020, theme park wise?
We're excited about 2022.
Oh my god. I think I've been losing 2 years, maybe? How would that be? Anyway, we're going to talk about 2022, of course. Thank you, Emma. Luckily, someone is awake here.
Yeah, we're talking about 2022 and what we're going to get up to this year, hopefully. It's a very exciting year for us, I guess.
But especially for you, Emma, because aren't you going to Florida?
I am going to Florida, yes, for the first time ever. I'm super, super, super excited. I cannot wait.
And what about you, James? Do you have some crazy plans for parks this year?
Yeah, we've got a few things planned. So obviously we've got Denmark, which we might come back to slightly later on and mention. And yeah, that's probably the main thing. But that's I've got Denmark planned twice actually. So that's quite exciting. To go see the parks there as well, and then probably some parks around and about in Germany as well, which I haven't done before.
Yeah, same thing for me actually. I have the 2 trips planned to Denmark if all goes well, and then I guess it might be a good time to announce it to the world, but I'm going to start working for a company that produces theme park rides called Bold Move Nation, and I guess that is, like, for me, super exciting to finally start working in an area of where I'm so passionate about. So I'll be visiting places, but yeah, I have to keep secrets, of course.
Sounds very exciting.
But for this episode, we're going to the UK, and Emma, you made a lovely list of everything new in the UK for 2022.
I
did. I said it right.
Yes, yeah.
So what park are we going to start with?
Perhaps we should go to one of mine and James's favourites, Paulton's Park, first, to talk about their new coaster that's opening, little family coaster to fit in with their Tornado Springs area. It looks really sweet and cute. James, you were there recently, weren't you?
Yes. God, my memory. A couple of weeks ago, maybe 1.5 weeks ago. It wasn't long ago at all.
And what did it look like?
Yes, so I actually saw the new coaster testing, so it's completely finished. It's looking really good. The theming looks really nice as well. The station's it's got quite a grand station for a little family coaster. And yeah, I saw it do one test lap. It only did the one, and I sort of ran over, rushing to get a photo or a video. And by the time I got there, it had stopped and it just didn't do any more laps, and that was just it. So that was a little bit upsetting, but yeah, it looks nice. Obviously, it's not a huge thrill ride, but it is a good addition to Paulton's. And yeah, it will support the general Tornado Springs area quite well and quite nicely.
Yeah, it says Zero Force Coaster. When I look it up on RCDB, it says custom, but the layout looks very much like the model that we know here in Wallaby, Belgium, as Fun Pilot. But I guess it will be something similar to that. Like they have quite a few around the world, but it's nice to have something like that for families in the park, definitely.
I mean, I think especially it's nice for them to be investing in a new land, which is because Tornado Springs is so new and it was built so recently. It's quite nice to see them expanding on that straight off the back of the last investment, which obviously not a lot of places would do. So I think that's what's quite nice about it. And Tornado Springs has obviously it is well-rounded for the whole family, but it is kind of slightly more geared towards older children and kind of adults reaching into that range. So I think they obviously wanted to bring sort of this more child-friendly roller coaster and to kind of round the area off a bit more with kind of a complete range of attractions for the whole family.
So that will be the 7th roller coaster there, right?
Yeah, the 7th.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's a decent number, you know. Okay, Paulton's Park.
Paulton's Park, done. What next? Where should we go to next? Should we go to maybe Clacton Pier? James, again, down to you, I suppose, because you know what's going on over there.
Yeah, so Clacton Pier, it's not a new investment for 2022, but it sort of is kind of in that momentum that it is new for 2022 because it opened so late last year. If that makes any sense, it's a it's a relocated roller coaster, which is a Pinfari, and it's called the Looping Star. And yes, it opened at the end of October last year. And it's but obviously then kind of we had the Christmas season and everything, so it's kind of sort of being pushed now as a brand new roller coaster on the pier, so that's quite exciting. And we are hoping to get there later this year to check it out as well.
Nice.
Next, let's go to maybe we could talk about Alton Towers next. And the Retro Squad are returning this year, which is pretty exciting. But it looks like only 2 of them are returning. We said Funk and Fly and Roller Disco, was that right? Yeah, those 2 are returning. I'm not sure if they're going to add a 3rd at all, but I suppose we'll find out soon, perhaps.
When do they open for the season? It must be pretty soon now, no?
I've actually got that written down, if I can fold over my paper. Yeah, it must be real soon. I did write them all down, but...
Is it also linked to the Easter holidays, or...?
Yeah, I think Alton Towers is already open, but the rides are all closed at the moment. But I should imagine it's around the March 19th to 20th sort of area. Not 100% certain, but it's not long. I think it's 19 days for Thorpe Park.
Opens
or 15.
March 19th.
That was right.
So it's already
March
early
19th.
then, yeah.
Yeah, super early.
Yeah, exactly.
But whether Retro Squad will be there for opening, who knows?
I mean, they could easily be transported in overnight on any night, so it's not a case that they kind of need to be in there already. So maybe they might open for the beginning of the season, but they could also open in the holidays. That's kind of unknown at the moment.
I think I did see them actually, though. I'm sure somebody posted a picture up, and it had different, like the theming was different this year. It wasn't like it was Retro Squad last year, but you see these things on Twitter. Who knows where they've come from? So,
okay. And is that all that is new, or are there also some new attractions?
No, I think that looks like it for Alton Towers. Apart from Merlin's summer events, you've got a lot of events going on over all of Merlin.
I thought they had some novelties in CBeebies Land.
Oh yeah, beg your pardon. They do have some little kids rides opening in CBeebies Land. Yeah.
So I see on the website they have. It's funny for someone that's from Belgium because I do not know any of those CBeebies things. It says, "Hey, Dudgie's Big Adventure Badge."
Yeah.
Do you know Hey
yeah, I've
Dudgie?
heard of Hey Dougie. Yeah.
Okay. Climb, slide, and bounce your way through our play and adventure land. So it's a playground,
sounds fun.
I presume. Okay. Then there's Andy's Adventures Dinosaur Dig. No idea who Andy is.
Me neither.
Immerse yourself in prehistoric sights and sound. So it's more like a experience, I guess. And then Jojo and Gran at home. Let
These
your
must
curiosity run wild as you explore Gran's house. Okay. So
yeah, the CBBS characters, I think, but
okay, so it doesn't seem like it's mechanical rides, but more like experiences. Okay, well, it's something.
Yeah, something. Moving on.
Yes.
Let's go to Flamingo Land, because I think this is very, very anticipated. I'm going to be honest. It's been a couple of years where Flamingo Land have basically kept their mouth shut, not said nothing. But I mean, it's got to open this year, right? We can't wait any longer. It's built. It's ready to go. They've got to open it this year. It's rumoured to open this year, but I don't think Flamingo Land have given an official statement to say they're opening it this year. So
yeah, so we're talking about the 10 inversion Intamin coaster, right?
Yes.
Which has no name officially.
No, they've just called it inversion for now, but not confirmed. So
okay, but they are painting it. It's been testing.
Yeah, so it's ready to go, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I guess that kind of investment you don't want to keep, well, not operational. You don't want to have it unoperational for, like, that long, I guess, so.
Yeah, I guess, but I suppose the last couple of years haven't really been very kind to everybody, so perhaps they've kept it closed because they just thought, let's just wait. You know, it's a new big ride there. It's quite a big investment for the park, isn't it? So I think they probably just thought, let's just wait. And I really hope this year it is the year.
Yeah, it's a good year because lineup-wise in the UK, it's not like incredible major coasters. So
they haven't really got anything to contend
and
with.
some of them are around the corner, so it's a good moment to launch it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but that's all we've got on that one at the moment. But summer, maybe, this year. Okay. So we just keep our fingers crossed. But as soon as we know, then we will obviously share it with everybody anyway. So hopefully we know soon. That's all I can say on that one. So, right, let's go. I mean, we could talk about Blackpool, but not the Pleasure Beach, just for a minute. There is a little cute attraction opening, which I'm quite excited about as a big fan of Beatrix Potter. Peter Rabbit World looks really, really cute. It seems
that's a character I know.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit. Everyone knows Peter Rabbit. So
yeah, we had it on our television as well, but I think it was dubbed. For the kids, of course.
Yeah, well, they're opening like a little. It looks like I don't know if you guys have done it. Shrek's Adventure, in London. So it's like an.
I guess it's like a family-friendly dungeon, right?
Yeah, Peter Rabbit dungeon. It's going to be great.
If you put it that way.
It's going to be like
bloody rabbits.
Yeah, quite. It's going to be 5 little immersive rooms. I say little. I have no idea what size they're going to be, but 5 sort of walkthrough rooms, all themed around Peter Rabbit. I think the main characters. I guess you're going to get to meet the characters and stuff, which could be quite cute. I might check it out next time I go to Blackpool, just because Just because, really, to be honest, it's something new, something to do, and you get to meet Peter Rabbit. So,
and how far is it from Pleasure Beach?
It looks like it's on the main promenade near the tower. So I think it's going to be along there with Madame Tussauds and stuff. So,
okay.
Do you know if it'll be included in your Merlin annual pass yet? Or?
I'm not sure, but I know that I can book tickets, but I'm not sure if it's included in the Merlin annual pass. But I should imagine so. Because obviously that would make sense.
Would make sense.
Something else actually being added to our Merlin annual pass would be Cadbury's World this year, because Merlin bought Cadbury's World, didn't it? So
hang on, what is that?
So we've got Cadbury's chocolate here in the UK. Have you seen Cadbury's chocolate? Okay, it's not as good as Galaxy, but
oh, I know Galaxy.
Yeah,
but no, we have Belgian chocolate, obviously.
Yeah, so, I do beg your pardon. Belgian chocolate is much nicer. But here we have Cadbury's, Cadbury's is a British chocolate factory or manufacturer. Okay. And they have, like, Cadbury's World. You can go there and, like, watch them make chocolate. You get to basically just eat chocolate while you're there. Do they have a ride? Is that right? They have a little dark ride. Is that right?
Yeah. I went there years ago. They've got they've got some sort of dark ride for sure.
It's like a history of chocolate ride or something like that. But that will be added to our Merlin passes, as far as I'm aware, this year. which is quite exciting. I've never been, so...
Is that from Cadbury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The way you said it, I didn't get it.
Sven, do you know Milka? You must know.
Yeah,
Milka.
I do know Cadbury. Then, yeah, I've seen the logo. When
It's
I was in the UK.
Basically the same, the UK equivalent to Milka, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I see they have the 4D chocolate adventure.
Yeah.
As well. So. Okay.
Yeah, so that's something else to look forward to, I guess. Just, little wins here and there, so...
And that's also in Blackpool?
No, it's in Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just remembered suddenly about it when we were talking about Peter Rabbit, so yeah. But yeah, that's in Birmingham, so a little bit further south from Blackpool. But that's something else to look forward to. What else have we got on here? Dare we talk about Lightwater Valley at all? Because I think that's kind of a sensitive subject at the moment for us in the UK. Obviously, most people know the Ultimate is not reopening again this year, which is very sad. They're kind of pushing more of a family-themed park. They've gone down the young families route, realistically. They've kept a couple of thrill rides in, but there's not really much going on there. Just a lot of people pretty mad that the Ultimate's still closed. I mean, their Facebook comments are just reopen the Ultimate. When's the Ultimate opening? So it's a bit of a sensitive subject, I think. So, but we better mention it just for good measure, I suppose. So.
But they are opening some things, I see.
Yeah, there's a few little new rides.
A Hall of Mirrors.
That's very exciting.
A Discovery Woods. And then Dodgems, new for 2020. And then finally also... finally also an interactive arcade with a VR experience. I mean, yeah, for enthusiasts, that may not sound very attractive, but I mean, like you said, if it is more family-oriented now, I guess families will definitely enjoy those novelties.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it won't put any of the enthusiasts in. I don't think there'll be many of us visiting Lightwater Valley this year. Because obviously the Ultimate was the big selling point of the park. So, if I was passing, then perhaps I would pop in. But I wouldn't go out of my way to make a special journey, sadly. Maybe next year. Hopefully when they reopen the Ultimate.
Okay. What's next?
What have we got left? Well, we could talk about Fantasy Island, which I'm pretty excited about this year. I'm heading up at the beginning of April to Fantasy Island. I've never been. I'm really looking forward to it, to go and see all the rides they've got up there. But they do have 3 new rides opening this year. I say new. 3 new to the park rides, which is quite exciting. One of them has actually come from Lightwater Valley, so it's quite fitting that we talk about a little bridge. It's actually a water ride, so that's very fitting. It's just the Wild River Rapids, so it's just a little rapids ride. It looks quite cute. But yeah, that's come from Lightwater Valley over to Fantasy Island, which is quite exciting. A couple of the other rides, there's not really much information on them. I don't know if you guys found anything or saw anything, but there's a lot of speculation going on as to the new rides.
I mean, from what I know, we speculated a bit between me and you, Emma, and especially with this new attraction, The Guardian, and we were kind of speculating what it could be, because I believe they have stated that there is a maximum height limit of 1.95 meters, but they haven't actually revealed what the ride is, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, their social media is just, you will have to come and ride it to see. So they're not giving away anything. Maybe it is quite exciting, because it means that no one knows what's going on. It's indoor,
one of the
so...
Yeah, I was about to say, one of the pictures was like an indoor area with a quest type of theme.
It kind of looks a bit like Harry Potter-esque, Gringottsy sort of, kind of. It's very confusing. There's not really much. There's no pictures. They haven't really done much for the social media. It's very mysterious. which is good because we like mysterious. It's nice to go places and have no clue as to what you're going into. Unless you're like me and you're scared of the dark and you're scared of everything. So going into a new ride that you have no idea about is totally scary. But I'll take one for the team and I will ride the Guardian. But we don't know if it's a ride. We have no idea.
Or a walkthrough experience, or
But as James said, with the height limit, it kind of, what could it possibly be?
Okay.
No idea. Well, and the only other thing that's there is, and again, we haven't really got much information on it. It says Harrington Flint's Island Adventures. And it's some people look like they're on like some sort of weird safari. But they all have little guns, so I can only presume it's like a little shooting dark ride. But I don't know whether they have the space for that at Fantasy Island or like what they moved. James, have you been?
I've never been, but I have done quite a bit of research before on Fantasy Island because it is owned by the Mellors Group, and they actually own this big sort of fun fair in Saudi Arabia. And basically they're very active on the kind of fairground scene as well. So Mellors, they own like a heap load of attractions, just a complete spectrum from roller coasters to flat rides, etc. So they've got a lot of hardware, and I do believe a lot of it's kind of in sort of storage at the moment. So really they can bring anything. It's anyone's guess, really.
Well, it's good to know that they have some things in stock.
Yeah, it could be quite exciting. Like I said, I'll let everybody know. I think I plan to go beginning of April. So all things well, I'll be there that weekend. Obviously letting everybody know what's there and what these new rides are.
Okay. What's more?
Well, I think there's only really one really big thing that we need to talk about. That's Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Which there's two things. Yeah, there are two things there at Blackpool Pleasure Beach this year. One of them's like super exciting. Oh, I forgot Drayton Manor. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Let's just talk about Blackpool Pleasure Beach for a second. It's a good job James had a really nice Drayton Manor glass that he was waving in front of the camera then, just to remind us about Drayton Manor. Let's keep talking about Blackpool for a second though.
Yes.
So we've obviously got Enzo coming, which is really, really exciting, until they announce the upcharge, which, I mean, I'm still going to pay it. So, they've won there. I'm still going to pay it because I want the experience. And I think, if you've already ridden Icon as well, then it just gives, an extra experience. So it does look good.
So
but
what is
£15,
Enzo?
Well, it means spinning, doesn't it? Or in Japanese, is that right?
Yeah,
I
don't know if it's that, what it exactly means, but I also heard that it was something like that. But yeah, so what is coming is a extreme spinning vehicle on one of the trains.
One of the trains.
One or two?
One train.
What? So on one train, but is it one or two vehicles?
It's just one.
Do we know?
I think it's just one.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so exciting, but I don't know how many people.
Yeah, because of course the extreme spinning coaster is a really nice ride type. With last year we got to experience it even closer to home with the Ride to Happiness by Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
But it looks like what they did on Icon was the tests that they did before there was ever an extreme spinning coaster, I think, on Bluefire. It's that they are installing then in Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a very nice addition because like Icon is not the most thrilling coaster, but for an extreme spinning coaster that's not really necessary because it gives that additional element to it. And then, so an upcharge, if it's only one train and it's only 4 seats, I mean, I guess it's also for the capacity that they introduce that price point, you know.
Well, yeah, 15 will get you. It says the same wait time, but you don't have to queue. I'm not sure how they're going to do this, but it's bookable on the day when you arrive. So maybe an app or something, I'm not too sure, or maybe a ticket, who knows. But if you pay £25, it reduces your wait time by 90%. So, but I think £25 is quite a lot of money on top of the ticket price in the first place. So, and I mean, I've only ever been to Blackpool when it's been really quiet. I've never really queued for anything at Blackpool. I can imagine in the height of summer, it's awful.
Can you still visit the park with just an entrance ticket?
I'm not sure. I don't think so anymore. So they used to do that, and you used to pay you could buy tokens and stuff as well. But I think they now just do a flat charge. And I mean, even this early in the season, they've got the white knuckle weekends at the moment. I know somebody that went a couple of weekends ago. It was terrible weather. Obviously, the big one's closed at the moment. There was loads of rides closed. He paid, I think he paid £34 to get in, and had a terrible day and said he would never go back. So that's not great. But you know, the usual price, I'm pretty sure it's in the 40s. I'm pretty sure it's £40 to get in. So you know, £40 and then 25 on top if you really don't want to wait. Is quite a lot of money, I guess, but in comparison to like your Merlin parks, you know, Alton Towers is probably not far off that price realistically if you paid full price to get in. So, you know, is it really unreasonable? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, plus the £15 deal doesn't sound that bad if you don't need to wait in line.
Yeah.
And that you get like a return time maybe or something like that.
I presume it will just be the one ride. You're not going to get to ride it all day for £15, I guess. So it'll be worth it, 100% worth it. You know, and also it's something pretty unique, I suppose. But yeah, it's exciting. But I'm just not sure how many people are going to jump straight on paying for it. You know, and or maybe next season they'll go, actually, do you know what? Scrap that. Nobody needs to pay for it. I don't know.
I mean, I think I've got a couple of things to add. I think the issue is with it only being on one train. It's difficult because I was sort of just thinking through in my head when Thorpe Park used to have Brave It Backwards on the Swan. I remember they used to have two separate queue lines, and it was it was really interesting because often the main queue to go forwards would be like over an hour, and you just walk straight down the backwards queue and get straight on because people just didn't really seem to realise that it was a thing. So potentially this idea of having the spinning car maybe would not be that popular, but then at the same time with there only being one car, it could cause a lot of logistical problems if they don't charge for it. So I do understand why there's the charge. I think from my personal perspective, I don't think I would probably be interested in paying for it. But that's just from my opinion. But, you know, I like Icon in a way. I think it's a pretty good coaster. Just having the normal experience, I'm happy just to keep it on that. I do remember that the queue was always quite fast moving in the past, but apparently I have heard that there's seatbelts now, and with the addition of the spinning car, I don't know how that's gonna. Yeah, there's seatbelts on the train now, so apparently it takes longer. So I think it can. I've heard that only runs 2 instead of 3 trains now. And with the spinning car as well, I don't know how that's going to affect the throughput. So,
plus, what I'm also wondering, it's not a big station, so how were they able to manage to fit in that extra line for the?
Maybe the other queue that you would go up, maybe it's just through the disabled access or something. Maybe they've done it like that. Because if it's only going to, well, I don't know. It's going to surely be a queue because hundreds of people are still going to want to do it. So
yeah,
Who knows? There isn't exactly much
Interesting.
room at Blackpool, is there really? It kind of looks like one of those wacky roller coaster tycoon parks where everything's on top of each other. So I just think, wherever they put
I
the
love
queue
it,
line.
though.
I mean, I love
I
it there.
love that.
Yeah, I love Blackpool. It's my favourite. But yeah, adding an extra queue line. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll get
figure
up
it
there
out.
soon. I'm probably not going to visit until Valhalla is open. Just
I was about to
because-
say, the other new experience is one of James's favourite things in theme parks,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
wet.
Yeah.
And especially an indoor ride where he gets wet.
My
not
worst
wet.
nightmare. My worst nightmare.
It's not even wet though, it's totally soaked. Totally soaked. James, have you done it?
I have done it years ago. Well, not years ago, but like 5-6 years ago. So quite a few years ago. And I just don't think, like, it is such an incredible experience, but at the same time, I just do not have any love for that ride whatsoever.
Oh
I
dear.
mean, I have pictures of me going on it in October, wearing a poncho, my jacket, and slippers, because I was ready for the experience, and I went on it twice, and everything, yeah, I had my towel, I was totally prepared, so...
Yeah, that would be the only... Well, when I go again, I will take a full set of clothes and a plastic bag to put the wet clothes in, because it's just something else.
But maybe it won't be as wet anymore, who knows?
I mean, that would be really sad if it wasn't, because I feel like that's the reason people come off it and be like, that's absolutely mad. It's just mad. The only thing I can compare it to is I got absolutely soaked on River Quest, because that's like the only that's the closest soaking I've got. But I think Valhalla, and actually at Drayton Manor, their water ride is just mental too. James is pulling a funny face because he really hates water rides. So
yeah, he's thinking of Area 51 in Movie Park Germany.
Yeah, it's literally going through my head right now.
I never hear them scream that loud yet.
I'm literally thinking the whole time we're speaking about Valhalla. I'm just thinking through
But Valhalla
that.
is still worse, though.
Valhalla's worse. You get more wet.
Yeah.
I think Valhalla is the most, like, you get the most soaked. I don't think there's anything that compares to Valhalla, unfortunately. So I think a lot of people
In
are
Europe, yeah.
in Europe, absolutely. I forget anything else exists, unfortunately. So I just go, yeah, that's it. I think it's probably the most anticipated thing. I don't know how many years has it been closed now? 2? Because obviously it didn't open last year. But it was open the year before. When I went a couple of years ago...
I remember we talked about it on a previous UK podcast. Yeah.
so that must have been last year.
Or
Yeah,
the year
definitely.
before.
Or
yeah.
the year before, yeah, maybe. We spoke about it being closed and how it was going to be reimagined. But yeah, so it's finally opening this summer, which is very exciting. So can't wait. We don't know anything about it. They did go on their TikTok. They were posting... yeah, I know. On their TikTok, some strange videos about Valhalla, which I did look, and I did ask a couple of questions. This was ages ago now, and the guy did answer my questions. I can't remember what I asked him, but I think I said something about will there still be flames or something. I was trying to get a little bit of information from him, and he just said you'll have to wait and see. Pretty much. So, which is again.
Well,
exciting.
James will be first in line. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. So, but if not, I'll
One
be
for
there.
the team, James.
Yeah, come on. It'll be a great experience. So, but yeah, that's
He doesn't know what to say.
No. So that's pretty exciting.
Just laugh and keep smiling.
But yeah, that's everything at Blackpool, I think, for this year. But as James reminded me, Drayton Manor would be the next thing to talk about, and the last thing I think to talk about for this year. James, you know a little bit more about this than me, I think. So
Yeah, I mean, Drayton Manor are very active on social media, as we know. So there's been quite a lot of hype, so to say, about what's going on. And they've kind of tried to sort of be secretive through social media and sort of not really revealing what's going on. But I think in terms of within the community, there's actually been quite a lot of, we've seen a lot of pictures of construction and stuff taken outside the park. So we're pretty sure of what's going in for this year. So we're looking at a whole brand new land, actually, aren't we?
Is that coming this year, though? Or it's very confusing.
Well, see, I don't know if they've explicitly announced it's for this year, but I feel like the general implication is that it is for this year.
I mean, Drayton opens soon. So, I mean, we're talking summer this year, presumably, like not anywhere soon, I think.
But I think, well, we can talk a little bit about what they're investing. And I think in terms of actually building the rides, it's probably going to be really quick. It's probably going to be the theming around that which takes longer.
So I'm looking at the website and I see a V and then the invasion theme 2022. So I guess it's for this year.
Yes, if it says 2022, then that's pretty the nail on the head, isn't it? We can definitely be expecting it. But I do think it'll probably be later in the season. I don't think anyone's expecting it to be open for April. Last year, they did open their Wave Swinger and their River Rapids sort of in the height of the summer for the holidays. So I'd probably expect it to be for the height of the main season.
Okay.
I do think, though, that some of the construction is underway because they keep dropping videos and TikToks, don't they? They're quite up there on the social media. And I'm pretty sure they were on there the other day showing us all the construction and stuff. So maybe, you never know, maybe early summer, hopefully.
Yeah, looking forward to it for sure. So we'll definitely be getting down to Drayton Manor this year. That's for certain.
Yeah, 100%.
Alrighty. Nice. Was that the last one on the list?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. Other than that, we've just got... I mean, we could talk about some of the other cool stuff coming to the UK. Obviously, it's not coming this year, but we're going to have a lot of updates this year, I hope. And a lot of, hopefully, like, construction, I hope. But I'm not keeping...
Yeah, because there's
some
major parks that didn't really do anything yet because they are building, right?
Well, they're going to be building, so I suppose, yeah, nothing yet. I think there's a little bit of like clearing going on at the moment, but probably not too much. But obviously we've got Chessington with no fixed date at the moment, I don't think. But that was what people are calling like a Jumanji area that's going to be opened. Which is quite exciting, and that was with rumoured B&M wing coaster, didn't we?
Yeah, there is some images that popped up on the internet, but this is the rumour mill now.
Yeah, so we don't really know, but obviously Chessington did release like a statement to say that that's what they were planning on doing, which is quite exciting. So it does mean that it is it's in the grapevine. It's potentially going to happen in the near future. So hopefully, maybe I don't know, start work next year, start work late this year.
And if it would be B&M, then it because it's been I guess Monster in Grönalund was the last one new B&M that opened, but then we didn't hear any new plans for other parks that would open one, except for maybe Chessington, then I guess.
Yeah, so that would be super exciting. It's been 14 years since Chessington has had a new coaster, obviously Dragon's Fury being the last one built. I remember when that was built. I remember going
Back
there
in the
when
day.
it opened. So... back in my day, they opened Dragon's Fury and it was fantastic. So I am very much looking forward to a new coaster at Chessington and a new area and new rides as well, which could be pretty exciting. We've also obviously got to talk about Project Exodus, which is quite exciting too, because it's been a very long time coming for Thorpe Park 2.
Yeah.
We've had nothing new there. I mean, the Swarm was the last thing that was built there. Which was literally an eternity ago. So that's pretty exciting. Do you guys know much about it at all?
Well, I know that the layout has been slightly teased, I guess, and but there's no news to my knowledge of what construction company would build the coaster. Nothing officially confirmed, let's say.
No, there's a lot of speculation, but nothing official. But hopefully they will release a new statement, hopefully soon, just to keep us posted, I guess. I'm not too sure.
Am I right in thinking as well that it will become the tallest?
Yeah, it's going to it's by like a metre, though. It's going to overtake the big one. So, yeah.
Okay. There's also something in the UK this year, theme park-wise, which may reveal some of the new things coming in the future years, and that's the IAPA exposition in London in September. So maybe the parks in the UK will tell us something more about what they are working on for the future. That would be a good. It will
certainly be. Yeah, it'll certainly be interesting to see who's present at the event this year.
I will be there.
I think other than that, I mean, you've obviously got the same old from the London resort. We're not sure what's going on there either, really, to be honest. It just seems like, one stoppage after another.
I did hear that BBC and ITV retracted themselves from the project.
Yeah, I think they've pretty much left them alone and been like, you're on your own. So, the last I heard is they found a endangered species of spider, so they couldn't continue working on the project. So anything to stop them right now seems to be going full steam ahead. So, but I guess, if they make any more announcements, we'll know, hopefully soon. But
yeah,
for now, we just wait, I guess.
We'll see what the future brings.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the only other thing would be Southport Pleasure Land, but obviously that again is not this year. It's in the future, but we're not 100% sure when. I don't think they've given us a date. It just seems it's going to be amazing for the park because it's not a very big park, and to get some roller coaster.
What did they announce?
They were building a new roller coaster, but it was going to be huge. I can't remember the exact details. I just wrote down Southport Pleasure Land. But it's going to be pretty good.
Okay.
Is the park under a new ownership?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
That's not too far away from Blackpool either. I think you can sort of combine them together. But yeah, we're just waiting to hear more on that one.
Okay. Well,
I think it was a...
Yeah?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think it was a clone of some sorts from somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while.
I seem to, I may be completely making something up at this point, so it could be talking rubbish, so disclaimer. But I seem to have some picture in my head of some people talking about it being a Vekoma or something like that. Could be.
Yeah, no, I think... There's some sources that say that it could be a Zamperla Thunderbolt.
That was it, yeah.
So there's not a lot of them out there already. I think there's one in Owa in the United States. But yeah, so it could be a Zamperla inversion coaster, the Thunderbolt model.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember reading somewhere. But again, it's all, a little bit of information here. And,
rumours!
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think they did make an official announcement saying that they would open this new ride and they put the planning permission in and stuff. So I have seen, what they think it's going to look like and stuff somewhere in the deep, dark realms of the internet. So that's helpful. And obviously, yeah, another credit for the UK. So that's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, just one little final thing as well, just chuck it in there as well, seeing as we're talking about sort of extras, was thought we could mention as well the new KMG Speed 32 coming to Barry Island in Wales, and that's the second one in the world, so that's quite exciting. I don't think there's a date on that, but that will be opening this year.
Okay, yeah, it's good for Wales, I think, to have a new ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you for a wonderful lineup of what all the new things coming to the UK this year and potentially in the future. Emma, you also wrote a new article on the UK dark rides.
Yeah, I did. Just a little roundup of like what we've got in the UK, just what sort of dark rides we've got here. Yeah, just a little roundup. So that should be will be out by the time you guys hear this. So that's on our website.
Yes, on our website, thecoasterkings.com. You can also check out our social media channels, and especially, of course, the European Coaster Kings Instagram and Facebook, but also the other Coaster Kings channels. Definitely check those out. If you like our podcast, please give us a review wherever you're listening. And we want to thank you very much for listening to this episode of Coaster Kings Radio. We hope you enjoyed, and until next time, bye everyone.
See you later. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.